It is time to put an end to LeBron James and Kobe Bryant type treatment. Basketball players can no longer go straight to the NBA out of high school. It is not right for 18 and 19-year-old young men's priority to be on the NBA instead on their college education. These men barely focus on their college work since grades mean nothing at the next level in the NBA. College is the learning environment where young people learn life skills, function like an adult, interact with others, build friendships, and become more known while playing at the college level. Athletes in other sports like baseball or football have to stay 4 years in college before they are able to enter the professional level. The one and done rule regarding NCAA players having the option to advance to the NBA after 1 year in college needs to be terminated. Let's be real. The only people who have heard of this one and done rule and actually know what it is are those who watch basketball or have hopes to one day be in the NBA. Besides them, regular sports watchers do not really delve deeper into the qualifications to make the NBA and have little to no knowledge of what it is. Other sports lovers wonder why so many basketball players declare for the draft, and they also feel like these specific athletes don't deserve a spot because of their young age. The sole purpose of the run and done rule is to protect unprepared high school players from the difficult professional transition while also giving NBA teams a better opportunity to evaluate potential draftees on the college stage. This new rule, implemented in 2006, is a way where young men have little to no interest in college to go for just 1 year. Their mindsets are off track and are focused on the wrong things. The point of college for them is changed because they are not there for the degree anymore. College for them is like a waiting room for the NBA, forced to wait their turn until their name is called. There are pros and cons to the one and done rule. The pros are more personal, short-term benefits, and the cons could affect somebody's future in the long run. It's time to open your eyes so people can see both sides of the rule. These young men are the future of our society, and they should deserve the best pathway to success. The pros to the one and done rule are short-term goals. As a young man, almost all of us want to make money and flaunt it around. It shows our success, in fact. Going to the NBA ensures amounts of money that is unfathomable to such young men. Hardly anyone can make six figures coming straight out of college. Well, not really out of college, but you know what I'm trying to say. For some, the one and done rule helps them provide for their struggling family. It is a chance to help those who raise them. It is only right in their eyes to repay them as soon as possible. Lastly, the one and done rule lets college athletes play with better competition quicker in the NBA. I know all of these reasons sound good, but there are too many risk factors like injury that will alter all of this. These are short-term goals. What about your future 10 to 20 years from then? The cons are the factors that could affect you in the long run. Athletes are more prone to injury since they go to the league at such a young age, playing people twice their size, twice their strength, and in some cases, almost twice their age. Most Division I college programs only train twice a day, but in the NBA, training is far from normal. From sunrise to sundown, especially during the summer, you are training. Top-tier personal trainers put these athletes through insane workout sessions and skill challenges, mainly from June to September. Circuit training, pool exercises, early morning conditioning, and new diet regimens are just some of the few. These differences from college to NBA can be overwhelming for the body, causing serious injury, especially for still developing players like Michael Porter Jr., who suffered from herniated disc, which is a spinal cord injury that affects nearby nerves and causes much pain. The Denver Nuggets took a chance with him, invested millions of dollars, just for him to be inactive for at least 12 to 14 weeks. Seems like a waste, doesn't it? Uncommon injuries are highly possible and can be the deciding factor for one's future. Hopefully he will be okay. The one and done rule leaves athletes underdeveloped not only physically, but mentally. These athletes don't have the proper understanding on how to manage their money or analyze contracts. Money will be spent on gold-digging attorneys trying to make a quick buck off of young men, and miscellaneous items like a car, or in lots of cases, jewelry. At such a high level, it is easy to go broke because you are in a world where people care for themselves and their future. not yours. Such young men are reluctant to make poor choices that might jeopardize their future, like fighting, arguing with coaches, and lack of self-discipline, which is all learned at the college level. Because of this implemented rule, college athletes do not obtain the minimal associate's degree. Best of luck to all those going or in the NBA, but if injury were to happen that gets you cut from a team, where will you go next? You are not educationally qualified for most good-paying jobs. Players can go back to college for 3 more years to get a degree, but who wants to do that? But the downside is that they would not be on a full-ride scholarship for sports, since it is illegal to play college ball after being in the NBA. The other option is to work mediocre jobs, and who wants to do that either? The only exception is if they have enough money to be supported for the rest of their lifetime, which is highly unlikely. Degrees should be a priority to everyone, and because of the one and done rule, it is secondary. As a track athlete, I used to be top in the nation, but after experiencing injury 2 years ago, I became weak and declined significantly in rank. That one knee injury was a domino effect for future injuries, like calf, hamstring, shin, and quad tears. Luckily for my young age, I had time to recover, get stronger, and I'm still trying to return to the top. If I had been any older, my future would have been ruined, because who would want to invest in someone who cannot compete when there are healthy athletes overperforming? In regards to basketball, those athletes who choose to leave in order to go to the NBA could possibly be hurt and their future hopes become lost. Instead of the one and done rule, I present a 2 and through, so that athletes will at least gain their associate's degree and become more developed as a person. The process to pass a new rule is quite simple, actually. The NCAA Board of Governors is made up of 16 university presidents and the associate's highest ranking body. Various subcommittees, working groups, and college administrators combine to change draft rules, toughen penalties, and rule violations, create new enforcement body, and implement new rule ideas. The Division I Council, made up of athletic directors led by Blake James, has the authority of turning recommended rules into effect. In order for this to occur, feedback from schools is needed. Then the council takes a vote. Each proposal then goes to the board of directors, where a majority vote is needed to send it to the board of governors for final approval. The one and done rule at first was liked by many, since it didn't allow high school athletes to go straight to the NBA. As time progressed, many sport-loving people began to see the precautions of only staying 1 year in college. Athletes began to love basketball more than education. Basketball blinded them from experiencing life to the fullest. They are too eager to want to be on their own, make tough decisions on their own, and provide for themselves. The 2 and through rule ensures that basketball athletes can have a future after basketball. They learn enough information and helpful tips in college to be successful in the future. It is time to see things through and make rules that will ensure success at all costs.